Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is. You show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the Todd Fox Postgame Podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is, fuck! Hey, welcome into another episode of the Todd Fox Postgame Show. We are finally done with preseason. Amen, everybody. If the Instagram feed is a little zoomed in, that's just the aspects we're going to deal with here on the preseason. Regular season hopefully will be better, but if not, YouTube has got a very nice, clear, and wider angle if you want to go there. It's got a better shot, so just giving you a heads up right there. Angels win. They beat the Dodgers tonight. The Dodgers look terrible on the mound tonight, but there's nothing to cry about if you're a Dodger fan. You know, they've got a good team moving forward. I don't think they're going to win the division. We'll talk about a little bit what our expectations are of this team, and we'll talk about how our team's going to match up this year, as we saw a lot of prospects on the roster getting a lot of playing time today, and a lot of guys are going back to the minors, but hey, they're leaving with heads held high as they played really good tonight. And you heard the Dodgers just screaming this as the later innings, 8th and 9th inning, all those wild pitches. You heard,
no, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
and then that was pretty much the Dodgers theme song tonight as well. Benny Hill in full effect for the Dodgers tonight as they lose tonight 12-5 to the Angels. It's good to see Estevez go through the lineup in the 9th inning, but again, that's AAA, AA guys. Can't take too much for that. You got to hope that he pitches much better moving forward. And then as far as the Angels hitting tonight, you saw a nice hit by Drury. You saw a crushing home run there by our boy Renfroe. You saw, a lot of good things here tonight. And again, they got it off of a pretty good pitcher for the Dodgers coming up, Prieto. I think that's how you say his name. You saw Detmers kind of struggle a little bit early in the game, threw a lot of pitches, got into a lot of jams. But, it's to be expected. And I think for this rotation, as they showed the five guys who are going to be, 5 of the 6 starters, we still don't know who the 6th starter is. I'll get to all the comments, by the way, if you're new to the show. We're going I read all the comments, and we're going to take phone calls. We're going to go to 10 tonight since it's preseason, and we're going to get you ready for Thursday opening day with Shohei Ohtani. But to finish off what I was going to say, the rotation had ERAs under 4. And you haven't seen that with the Angels in a long time. In last year's pitching rotation, again, you benefit from the shift. The shift is no longer there. So that's going to play a little bit into maybe some of these pitchers' ERAs be a little bit higher. But then again, the cream of the crop, like I think Detmers, I think Sandoval and Ohtani will maintain their good ERAs this year. It's going to be up to guys like Suarez, maybe Canning, and a few others that, and Jaime, that are going to have to use their pitches more effectively and really be more deceptive on the mound instead of relying on that shift. A lot of these pitchers in the league last season got the benefit of that shift, and with the shift gone, now they're going to have to pitch more to contact or pitch away from contact. It's going to be more of a mental game, so let's see which pitchers survive this first year of no shift. So before we do, again, I just want to say check us out on YouTube, like and subscribe. We're going to be giving away a lot of things. We've got some big announcements coming up in the next couple days, hopefully before opening day, to let you guys know what type of big things we got going on this season, which we do here at Halos in the Infield. And check out all our podcasts. We really would appreciate it. So again, when the regular season kicks in, we're going to be talking more X's and O's basically on the field. We're going to be talking about, the big moments, because obviously in preseason you could say, okay, that was a nice at bat versus this guy. I like how this guy performed, but it's preseason. There's always that but. There's always this and this and that. Now the games starting Thursday obviously are going to matter. Now it's going to be like, okay, who's going to go on the streak? There's questions to be answered. How hot? Because we know Ohtani's going to be extremely hot this year, but how hot is he going to be? Is he really going to be like his strike to walk ratio going to be that low as far as pitching? And then as far as hitting as well, is he going to take a lot of walks? Is he going to hit like 50 home runs? Are we going to get an MVP season from him? Is Trout going to be an MVP? How many games can Rendon play? Can he give us a bounce back season 3 seasons later? Can Renfroe duplicate what he's done in Tampa and Milwaukee over the last few years, which is 25 and about 70 to 80 RBIs? Can we get Walsh healthy and Walsh back to 2021 Jared Walsh? Can we get anything from Ohapi? Can he turn into that catcher spot and steal it from Stassi? Are we going to see young kids like Neto who look, I like Jeremiah Jackson's night tonight. Granted, he looks good. He's a year away, but Neto is so far ahead of almost every other prospect. It's only a matter of time before he gets here. Ben Joyce is pitching his ass off, and he was sent back to the Trash Pandas, but he's going to be up here at some point this season. That's what I'm saying. When the regular season starts, every at-bat is crucial because we're looked at now as a team that hasn't made the postseason in 8 seasons. We've got to break that mold. We've got to get it there. And some people are saying, well, it's just April. You're going to get those apathetic Angel fans. And you're also going to get the Angel fans that just – they don't care if the Angels are 29-2 to start the April and into May. They're going to still find something to shit on. That's just, our fan base. Our fan base will not come together a la 2002 Angel fan base to about 2009 Angel fan base until there's consistent winning. It is so fragmented, the fans. Like, I find myself falling into that category sometimes too. Sometimes I have to bring myself back from being too negative. Sometimes I have to reel myself in from being too positive. There has to be a balance there because we're so beaten down by the losing. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to be an 80s Angel fan and expect that. But once you broke that curse and you won that World Series, you're a different fan if you're a longtime Angels fan. You don't expect the 80s and terrible 90s Angels baseball. You expect winning baseball. So when it came to 2002 and beyond and got into 2000, and we had the Guerrero years, Bartolo years, and Escobar, and all those guys that came through here, and we had those close encounters with getting back to the World Series, that's what we wanted as fans, constantly being consistent winners and in the postseason or flirting with the postseason. Not sub 500, not 500, not always low expectations, underperforming, wasting Trout. We're tired of that. We are tired of that. We want to honk our honks. We want to show our honks. We want to be that halo honk. We want to be like Roger Lodge. No, we don't. But we want to be happy Angel fans. We want to get there. And so I'm calling it this year. I'm channeling my inner Roger Lodge, and I'm calling for 93 wins. 93 wins is either going to get a second place or a wild card. I'm calling it right now. So let's see what you guys in the comments will write about that. I'll go through those in a second. I'll catch up on your comments. But that's how I feel right now. I'm really, really into this season. I think that this is the season. If you look at that offense, up one side and down the other looks very formidable. It's not a team that's going to run away with anything by no means, but a team that can obviously at some point score between 4 to 6 runs per game. This isn't going to be no 2 to 3 runs or less a game like we saw last year, and they wasted so much good pitching. It was so frustrating last year. Alex checks in with Fuck the Doyers. Mateo says, James! And then we got Neto checking in with Met 2002. He liked his game tonight. Rob says, always nice to beat the Doyers. Josh says, hello. Let's fucking go. Dylan says, thoughts on the Doyers. Ernest says, Ernest Jr., I'm going to go with the Dodgers being in second place this year. I'm going with the Dodgers not being able to overtake the Padres. Padres really got it going at the end of last year, August and September. I think that's the Padres you're going to see moving forward. Zach Neto absolutely balled out with an impressive game tonight. He sure did. At Fast Time saying hi. Let's see. The Mountain Dew King checks in as well saying hi. He's not drinking Coke tonight. So it's a less dangerous thing right there. Loving the new backdrop, my man. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate that. Also, back-to-back wins right there for the Angels. April 7th, Mountain Dew King will be there. Todd, you play circus music for the Smurfs. Hell yes. Dylan James talking about the regular season, liking that as well. Randy's going to be here the 7th and 8th. Our younglings look good. Free agents are looking good against the Dodgers this year. Dan Rios checks in with that comment. Also, let's see. No, Todd. Play the circus music for the Warriors. Uh-oh. That's right back at Mateo. 714. Lewis says, yeah, better view on YouTube. I'm so hyped for this season. Yeah, YouTube's got the way better when you have to condense everything, you go live. You cannot go live via computer on Instagram, so you have to go through third party. I'm going through a third party website, and I'm able to send it out to other feeds and crap. It condenses the crap out of it on YouTube, and I got better graphics for the regular season. Like I got the TV you probably can't see on the Instagram side, but on the YouTube we're going to be having a slideshow or video or replays on the back, so you can catch that in the back. So that's why YouTube's going to be a lot better moving forward. Let's see. Did you see what happened to JT Realmuto? Oh yes, I did catch up with that, Dan, and that was a stupid. Look, these umpires are ridiculous. And basically, JT Realmuto, he put his glove out there, and then he figured the umpire was going to throw the ball back to the pitcher, and he moved his glove. The umpire threw the ball was trying to throw the ball into his glove. He thought he was jerking him off, and he got pissed, and the umpire got his feelings hurt and threw him out. That was BS. I would have suspended that umpire, but we don't have a competent commissioner to do so. The Halo Realm checks in. I felt like Estevez was messing around with it and working with different stuff. Yeah, he did look like he was overpowering, didn't he? Matt Bedingo says Tucker Davidson is a good fit for the sixth starter for the Angels. He could be. I think it's either him or Canning because both pitchers were very, very well, I think Tucker was good, but I think Canning had a much better spring. So I would give the nod to Canning. Tucker could be a long man, sort of in that Jaime role as well. What does beating the Doyers bring out in my inner Vato? Well, it's always good to beat them. Let's just say that. Yeah, Instagram cuts off Todd's face. The opposite side of the screen, screw tube, is better. Maybe Rumble too. Well, Dan, Rumble is on the menu. Rumble is going to be part of us here very, very soon. I'm trying to get them squared away and launch a Rumble account before the regular season, which is obviously in a couple days, so I got to get on that tomorrow. So if we do, we're on Rumble for the first time. Wayne Williams says Bill Stoneman was the only Angels GM worth a crap. Hoping Terry is the same, or Terry is in the same mold. You mean Perry? Yeah, you know what? So far, Wayne, I'm liking what Perry's done. You can't argue the fact that he's been aggressive. And yes, you're right, Wayne. I think Bill Stoneman worked with what Disney gave him, and Disney gave him the best scouts. Disney gave him a lot of money to spend on talent, or at least work with talent and keep the talent. And he had a nice young core, and I think that's what's happening here with Perry. Perry started with the pitching side of the team, and then he started to work into the team itself on the field hitting. Adams went 3 for 3. Is he going to be up here soon? EQ, there's a log jam. Here's the thing. You're not going to see Jordan Adams, this season. I don't think you will. I don't think you'll see Jeremiah Jackson this season. I think unless there's catastrophic injuries. You have a team with veterans and one-year deals like Urshela. You have Neto. Neto's the only guy I think that will crack the mold if Fletcher underperforms and players like that. But I just don't see anything else happening like that. I think the youngsters will come along when these one-year deals fall off. I want to be like Raj. I called 94 wins. Yes, you did, Randy. You upped me. You did the prices right there. Trout deserves a ring, man. I don't care what anyone says. And that's the thing. we all know how good of a player Tony Gwynn was, but what is Tony Gwynn, always regarded as a great, amazing player who never won a World Series, and that's a shame. He went to 2 World Series, but he did not win one. Alex says he's going for 100 wins. Squiddy Poo checks in with his honk, just all out of his honk is from AAA, and he's saying 162, baby. So there you go, right there. That's a super Halo honk right there. Also. Rob's checking in with 93 wins. What do you expect from Gio Urshela this season? Do you see him being a big contact hitter? Well, see, the thing is, he's going to be what's unfortunate. He should be an everyday player. I think he's going to be a role player unless we get an injury from Rendon or someone in that capability, that mentality. Then we might have to move him to first base if like Walsh can't play. I think he's basically really good insurance for third base and first base. So depending on 2 guys who get injured a lot, that could be your guy. And I think he could pretty much imitate the numbers or just replicate the numbers he had last year, which is 13 homers, 64 RBIs. I don't see him tearing the cover off the ball, but he's a decent hitter up there, and he's obviously a dangerous hitter when he's hot. But can he be hot off the bench? I don't know. And Renifo, he better be starting. I like what Renifo did last year, and I'm liking what he's done so far in spring training again. This team is mentally it's clicking like it's with a team with a long ball, but I think they're also going for doubles and singles, Dylan. Neto will be starting next season. Book it. I agree. I'm going to be better than Neto. See, Squiddy Poo, I can't roll with you on that one, man. So nice to see a smile and on the Dodgers drunk fan that was behind him, which Jim is saying. He sent me, she stumbled away sheepishly. Yeah, he sent me this video of this girl, and there's nothing worse than going to Dodger Stadium if you've ever been there before. All they really play is din, 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 and everyone just says, let's go Dodgers. It's like every inning. And this chick was drunk sitting behind Jim. He was sending me videos on the Instagram, and it was just her going, let's go Dodgers, beer. And she was so drunk, and that had to be annoying. So I'm so sorry you went through that, Jim. But he got the last laugh when the Dodgers started to get their ass clapped. Halo Realm says, I think keeping Phil Nevin was the right move. I think he'll do well. And again, that's a Perry move. Perry signed him. Randy called it. He got him in as a third base coach last year as an insurance move. And guess what? The insurance move turned into exactly what it was. And he worked out towards the end of the season. I'm taking a drunk Dodger fan back to my, see, Courtney says, well, look at us. A big W tonight. Yes, sir. Dylan says, kiss my ass, Squiddy Poo. Mateo says, hey, the Warriors are winning. Squiddy Poo says, Artie Moreno loves me. He will never let me leave the Angels. Oh, God, please. Matt, let's see. Mativier says, can't wait to see the umpire on the cover of, can't wait to see on the cover of the show 24. Yeah, they make it about themselves, don't they, Matt? Fast time she left the section, and over to you. 2023 World Series champs. Uh-oh. Dosa Dilla. Oh, my God. That is going to cause you some
emotional damage
if it doesn't happen. Rob says YouTube quality is legit, and then Instagram comments are always fun. Yeah, that's true, but we could see the comments on well, at least I can. Unfortunately, you can't see them over on YouTube. Matt Badingo says Adams, Gregorius, Palmeiro, and Neto were on fire tonight. And guess what, dude? Palmeiro, I didn't even know he had 2 sons in baseball, and that was great to see that both of them are still in baseball right now, and they both look exactly like their steroided up father. I'm sorry, I said it. He was found guilty. That fool lied like crazy, but he was good. He was a good player, and if he didn't cheat, he should be in the Hall of Fame. And controversial or not, I don't care what side you guys fall on. Barry Bonds was never found guilty of anything. He was accused a lot, but he never tested guilty like McGuire, Sosa, Palmeiro, and a bunch of other guys like Canseco. And we all see the proofs in the pudding with Bonds, but he was never convicted. So he got off. Technically, he should be in the Hall of Fame. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of people are saying Hank Aaron's still the home run king. I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. But you still got to put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame. That's embarrassing. And that's one thing I could talk a whole show about is the fact that Major League Baseball has the stupidest rules for letting people into the Hall of Fame, whereas the NFL will let guys in, and the NBA willy-nilly, but we don't have a lot of great players in the Hall of Fame that should be there for whatever reason, just because they didn't kiss the ass of a reporter or they weren't nice, to fans or something. I mean, whatever you did on the field should count, in my opinion, unless you did something egregious, murder someone, hit a woman, stuff like that, then obviously, yeah. But as far as like you're playing the field, that should only constitute whether you get in or not. This is way better. Thank you, Randy. He's over there on YouTube. Rendon looking great. I hope no slander for this year gives the guy a chance. Halo Realm says, I hope so too, because if Rendon is hitting the ball and Rendon's getting on base and he's doing those, Tony Two-Bag stuff, then this team's going to be winning, because Tony Two-Bags could be doing that last year too, but we had nobody on base. This year looks completely different. Now, it's got to translate to the regular season, but the way that they're taking approaches at the plate, they're taking walks, they're going the other way, they're going for singles rather than home runs, they're going for doubles rather than home runs. That is a huge plus. You get guys on base. You get Tony Two-Bags up there hitting the gaps, ringing them down the line. We're going to score runs. We're going to score runs. I will say it again. We're going to score runs. We will. And that is a huge difference from us winning and losing. Look, we won almost 80 games last year with a trash-ass lineup. Almost 80 games. And we couldn't even score. I broke it down last year. We had 40 games where we scored under 3 runs, and we still almost won 80 games. Now, if the pitching staff can pitch anywhere close to that this year, and the freaking team does what they should do on the field, because you should have 4 guys in that lineup, if healthy, to hit at least 20 home runs and at least 70 RBIs, not named Ohtani and Trout, and then you put Trout and Ohtani on top of that, come on, it speaks for itself. But they still got to do it. But if they can get into a rhythm and stay healthy for the most part and include that bench, I'm telling you, we got something special here. I'm not going to sit here and say World Series and blow smoke up your butt and be like this all year. But there is reason to be confident, or at least positive this year, to start the year positive. Now, we're going to be negative when they suck, obviously, because this team is not going to be 162-0, squiddy poo. They're going to hit a rough patch at some point, and when they do, we'll be right there to try to be critical and also to pump them back up. We don't want no 14-game losing streak, but we still need, I don't think that we're going to get into these prolonged ones. We might have a week or two where we're kind of bad. We might go 6-10 or something like that, but I don't see a prolonged losing streak, and if you get out of having a losing month, and that's going to make a huge difference too. Just try to do 500 or better all the way through, and we should be good. Let's see. 714 says, "Damn, Canning is hurt growing injury already." See, that's bad news. I didn't even know about that. Let's see. I got them both running YouTube and let's see, Instagram. Thank you, sir. Rob, right there. It says, I say we'll either split the series this week or win 2 of 3 against Oakland. So he's calling that. Oakland and Seattle are going to be a huge series going forward here. Go figure with Canning. I knew it would and told you saw it. And then see, that's a shame, Randy, because another guy will slip in there like Tucker Davidson in the rotation when maybe he should have been the long man in the rotation or in the bullpen. When he had Canning was pitching with an 0.93 ERA in spring. And I get it, it's spring, but he was facing some top-tier lineups at times. Not all the time, but he was facing some major league hitters and making him look pretty foolish. And he's a guy with again, if him and Adele, I think, have passed their expiration date as far as being trade-worthy guys, or at least getting good bargaining chips for them. I don't think you can do that now. And that's what the thing is, though, he's been in or two. Let's see. Hold on. Met 2002 says Trout's been to zero. Dodger fans will always talk shit. Yeah, they always do, no matter what. Regular season is no time for shits and giggles, Mateo says. Also, Adrian checks in with, I see the Angels winning 92 games and headed to the postseason. The Angels team will surprise the MLB. I hope so. I really do. Tucker Davidson took his starting spot. So now you look at the starting rotation, and you have one right-hander, which is the GOAT, which is the unicorn, and you have 5 lefties, dude. Like, I remember an Angels rotation, a 5-man rotation that had 4 lefties, but we have 5. That's crazy, dude. And that oh man, that is crazy. You like to have at least one more right-hander, but and Canning was going to be that dude, and now we don't. So there you go. See, quality is over here. Jacob loves the YouTube. I appreciate that. My prediction is on Thursday we will win or lose. Great prediction right there. I call the World Series already. Get off my wagon. Josh says, tell the drunk Doyer fan to bang Artie and press rape charges. That's a good move right there. Matthew says, can I buy you a beer at the game this year? Oh, dude, that'd be great, man. You never have to ask. Just, get me a beer, and I like barbecuing. So, I didn't set anything up because of work schedule. I would have had a big opener under the halo. We love to tailgate. We did that last year. We're going to have a big one, and I mean a big tailgate this season, maybe 2. But usually we missed the boat this year at the beginning of the season. But if you want to catch me by the Big A and Randy, we will be there Friday opening night Friday and Saturday at the Big A for those first 2 games against Toronto. So we'll be out there barbecuing. I'll let everyone know where we're at prior to us, or when we're setting up. So if you want to come by, say hi, and we'll talk some Angels baseball and have a few beers, man, because I always pack them deep in the cooler. So there you go. Dylan says AL East better shit the bed looking at Tampa Bay and the Yankees. Let's see, and we'll see what happens. Carlos says, let's fucking go, baby. So he's revved up. Squiddy Poo says Angels versus Dodgers World Series. Mountain Dew King says, or sweep this weekend to be off to a 3-0 start. I predicted Oakland to win only 47 games, so hopefully 3 of those 100 and whatever losses they're going to have happen this weekend, and then we can go into Seattle and hopefully kick their ass as well. Let's see. I say bring back the steroid era. Jacob says, fuck it. He's going to lead us to the promised land. There you go. See, bring back the roids. Also, Davidson made the team. Canning has something with his growing. Jay Cruz, thank you for helping us out right there. Yeah, he must have tugged it. I get social vibes from Nevin. Yeah, Phil Nevin will take us to the postseason. He's very calm, cool, and collective, isn't he? Says, I want my old man Joe Madden back. Squiddy Poo, you lost out on that, dude. If Joe Madden was there, yeah, he would definitely have you right there. Dosadilla says they're sleeping on the Angels this season. Randy says health is the key. Boy, those 2 comments are right on. I'm always negative. Courtney is always negative. So we got to get her honk going because that just didn't sound right. But if she can honk her honk, maybe, just maybe, instead of calling the fans trash and our team trash, we can get some positive. But that's the kind of hard-hitting comments that we get when you listen to the podcast. Courtney is going to be a part of the trio this year again on the podcast, as we have some awesome stuff for you this year. Rye says, do you think a home run cowboy hat comes back this season? Boy, I don't know. I think that was for last year. I think we got new hitting coaches, because remember that was part of Paul Sereno, the worst hitting coach in all of baseball. So we're gonna need something else, some sort of celebration down there. They didn't show whatever it was. They didn't show it off here in spring training. So I'm hoping that they do have something cool. Let the Angels cook. Martin Boylan says Squiddy Poo still can't believe he's omitted from the starting lineup. Jim says, attention Angels, watch Japan's baseball concept. Play baseball, not sabermetrics. Bunts with the runners on base. That's my thing. That's the only complaint so far I have with Nevin. I've loved how he's helped take care of the pitching staff. I've loved how he's helped the hitters. I love how he's got this team working together. I just can't stand that they are not willing to bunt more. Will that change this year? I don't know, because when Statue Stassi was up there, I could give you a dozen times when we had nobody out, a chance to put a runner either in extra innings over to third and utilize that runner and get that runner home. He refused to bunt. And every other team that played us did it, and they beat us for the most part. We are the underdogs in the league. We are overlooked. They want us to fail. They want Ohtani gone, Dylan. That's what it is. Rat and no outs, advance the runner, or bat with no outs. Sid the Kid checks in with the season's going to depend on the bullpen because the offense is better and the starting pitching is great. Let's fucking go. Brett Phillips is a White Sox hotel or White Joe Adele. It looks like it, but, the players love him. Let's see. I'm still very cautious about Matt Wise, though. I still don't understand why we brought him back. I hope our pitching is on this year, but it's look, Met 2002, I will say this. You can't argue with the numbers of the pitching staff last year. No matter who came and went from the team last year, the pitching staff was much improved with Matt Wise in there. So firing the other coaches, totally agree. Holding on to Matt Wise, I totally agree. I'm glad Nevin did it. There's a reason why the Dodgers had their pitching, and his name always freaking escapes me, and James always corrects me. So if James is on there, Honeycutt, there you go. Rich Honeycutt was with the Dodgers through 4 managerial changes. Why? Because he always had the Dodgers pitching at a high status, top 5, top 3 every single year. It's hard to argue with the numbers. I think the same thing with Matt Wise. You may not like the way he approaches things, maybe the way he comes out, but the thing is, whatever routine he's got these guys on, they all swear by it. They all like him, and I think there was no way Nevin was going to get rid of him. Dylan says, I'd be so mad if we don't make the playoffs, and I'm not even in Cali anymore. Are you tailgating opening day? Randy says, I will be tailgating, but it'll be a small one. It won't be like last year where we had a big one. We had a lot of people there. So, but like I said, if you guys want to stop by and get drunk before we go in, then so be it. I'm not, that's what I usually like doing, not get drunk, but I mean, have a few beers and and have some good food and go in and hang out. So we're going to do that Friday and Saturday. If you want to bring some, screw it. If you want to make it a potluck, screw it. I'm going to have a canopy there, my barbecuer, and we're going to be making up some at least hamburgers and hot dogs. I might try to get some ribs in there, chicken, whatever, snacks, just, hey, yuck it up. It's probably better to eat out there before you go in, and then also eat while you're drinking instead of getting plastered on an empty stomach. So that's just my opinion right there. Also, Nick says this season will be cute, but not there yet. Oh, so Nick's saying he's not saying we're quite there yet. So I hope it's not cute. I don't like cute. Art OC says I'm gonna try in my opinion, Tony Two Bags being good this season is key for us. That's the team's health. Exactly. Good take right there. Everyone's finna going to be lefty in the dust. I see what you did right there. Yes, what month? I don't know what you're talking about right there. Beer is too expensive at the stadium, so it's in the parking lot. Yeah, it's much better to drink from the parking lot. Plus, you're not putting money back into Artie's wallet. I welcome pictures with all the beautiful Halo babes. There you go, Randy. Randy's looking for some pics. Get Todd a free clear tote bag. Nothing but the best. There you go. Matt Padingo says, I'll be there on Saturday against the Blue Jays. Anyone else going? We're going, Matt. And we gotta take some pictures, and you gotta say hi, dude, because I want to meet everybody, take some pictures, throw them up on the page. And, because Matt Bedingo's been here since the beginning. So Art OC says, hopefully we get Patrick Sandoval from the World Baseball Classic this season. Oh, man, Art, I think we are. I'm really big on him this year. We're going to own Oakland this year. I hope so. That you're right with that, because we can't lose to them or Texas. Nate says, the lost again Doyers. I'm initialing the, let's see. I'm thinking they're going to have that type of season, Nate says. Also, Nevin knows ball. He's legit. Perry nailed it. Season ticket holders don't walk. They have golf cart options. Nice. Armani says, guess what we are doing is batting practice this year. It looks like it, doesn't it? Rally Chris checks in for the first time. Ready for opening day. Get her honk going. Yeah, there you go, Randy. Also, we'll tell. Let's see. We tell them we know Todd automatic preferred parking. Nice. Courtney is always negative. I don't get why. That's just her. We got to get her to the postseason, and then we'll turn that frown upside down. Randy says, hit that like button, folks. Do Todd a solid. Yeah, that would be appreciated. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I'm telling you guys and gals out there, YouTube is going to be the place to go because we're going to have all the subscriptions on random, and we're going to be giving away gifts and prizes all season long here, starting once the regular season gets a couple weeks in. I don't know if it's more regular season. I'll have to check my stack of tickets, Jacob says. Also, let's see, 714, it's better if they don't talk about the Halos on the MLB Network. I feel it's a jinx. Well, when they do, it's usually negative. So, yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Brett does have some sweet hair, though. Randy has a man crush right there. The Halo Realm says, what Angels players will benefit the most from no shifting? Jared Walsh, number one. You'll see Mike Trout also raise his average much higher. And Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is going to have one hell of a season without that shift, man. Even if Statue Stassi can make it off the pine and play some ball the way he likes to pull into double plays left and right, he's going to have much more hits going through that shortstop, third base side. Matt Bedingo says, tell Squiddy Poo to get to the MLB to show 21 and he'll get to see Joe Madden a lot. Robert says Phillips can actually provide some solid defense. That's pretty much why he's there. Dan says, I got Ohapi on my fantasy team. Here's hoping that he tears it up, forcing the hands and management waves Stassi. We'll see, because I think Stassi's got one more year left after this year. So he's in that little capsule of, hey, if we don't like you by midseason, we could eat that contract. Also, let's see, I would think Walsh, if he could get his big boy pants on as far as beating the shift. Let's see, the trigger, Ohapi Rookie of the Year. Man, that's big right there. Richard says, do you think Ohtani will stay even if we don't make the playoffs? And, and the potential is there. It's a long shot. I'd have to say it's like 15% if we don't make the postseason. If he makes the postseason, I think Trout can talk him into staying, but it would have to be Artie trusting Trout with his cash. Nick says, nah, fuck you. You mean get drunk? Laugh my ass off. Well, we could do either one. It's just you got to know how to make it in there, because I'm telling you, I got wasted one time because I didn't eat. I got, real quick story, I've told it before, I got all the way up until where they check your, they do the pat down and everything, and I was ready to walk into the stadium, and I don't remember stumbling towards the big hats there. And as I got to there and they were going to do the check, and the guy goes, bro, what is this? And he pulls a beer bottle out of my pocket. I had a beer bottle open in my pocket, half full of beer. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I can't take that in. He's like, the hell you can't. So he throws it in the trash, and he's like, hey, come back here. And he grabs the back of my pants. He pulls me like a kid, and then he reaches in my left pocket, and there's another beer. He's like, bro, he's like, you will not want to get into the stadium. I'm like, oh, I had another one. Do I have any more? Like, I was gone, dude. I was gone. So I took a little nap for the first couple innings, and then I was okay. Let's see. Josh says, can we play with your no, you can't play with my feet. Stop it. That's from last year. I hate you, Josh. IE Naive says, I want this team to show up against the Mariners, and we will see that very, very soon up there in Seattle. 3-game series, very crucial. We have limited games with these guys. Every freaking game counts. I'm not buying my any stadium beers, but I'll let's see. I'll get some free ones unopened. There you go. Well, what we're going to do is probably raid Bevmo before. Brother-in-law got a ticket last year for drinking in the parking lot. He was wearing a Dodgers jersey, and he deserved it. Well, there you go. We'll see. I don't feel no empathy for him. Well, here's the thing. When you're in the parking lot, solo cup it and put the bottles in your trunk. They can't tell you shit. They can't look through your cooler even. So as long as the cooler is closed and you're not stupid and you leave boxes out in the open for them to see that you got beer or that you've been drinking beer, they don't know what you got. They can't go up there and sniff your cup. So if you pour it in your cup, it's root beer, it's iced tea, it's water. They can't tell you nothing. They literally can't tell you nothing. So they can't even enter your space, really. So if you got a canopy there, you're under that canopy, they can't do anything. They can only go up to you if they physically or visually see a can or an open container or a bottle of actual alcohol. They got to see it. And if they don't see it, they can't tell you jack squat. So know your rights and be smart about it, because those tickets, I had a friend that got one too, and I got one myself years ago before I realized the difference of being safe than sorry. It was $225 in 2015, and I got to imagine it's a lot more than that. It's probably as high as a speeding ticket. So they never tell you how much it is. They'll probably, because the guy, when it was $225 for me, the motorcycle cop was, oh yeah, how much is a ticket, man? Oh, it's probably like $45-50. They always lie to you. They never tell you the truth. Sid the Kid says Dick's Insider going to be at the tailgate. Nice. Let's see. Mateo might be there. 22 dubs for show. Courtney reminds the fans about Major League Baseball too. Yeah, she does. She's very straight up with everybody. Let's see. Duh, Smurfs lose as Grillmaster checks in. Oh, Tiny. Oh, and then you got our boy Roger saying this.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
And John Stamos, baby. Randy says Trout is teaming up with Tiga Woods. Y'all, he's a businessman now. Let Mike cook. Boy, with that kind of money, he should invest in a sports team. That's where the money is right there. Let's see. Also, Tucker Davidson made the roster. Get ready for heart palpitations when he starts. Well, he is the number 6 guy. Shut up, Grillmaster. I'm not going to read that one. IE says Mounted Posse will catch folks drinking for sure. Yeah, you got to watch for the horses too, dude. I'm not talking about the WNBA stars. Here is Todd walking into the stadium, all loopy. Use the solo cup, man. Are y'all new? Jesus. Well, you know what? It's more of a Southern thing with this red solo cup song, but yeah, if you got to use that in the Angels parking lot for sure. Guess when we can call in? Yeah. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Since it's already 10, I'm going to save the phone calls for opening night against Oakland. We're probably going to do a longer show than usual because this one started about, 9:20, 9:30. So, yeah. Can we block Leaf's phone number this season? Oh, I thought you guys like Leaf. Let's see. I'm going to act like a Dodger fan. Randy says, Nick says the cops will press you at the Angels-Dodger game, though. Yes. That is true, Nick. That is very true. Notice if you go to Angel games, let's say you go Angels versus Tigers, Nick, or anybody else, you'll see the number of police and undercover police and security guards not all that prevalent when they play the Tigers and they play the Royals and the Ohio teams like that. But just watch what happens when the Yankees and especially the Dodgers come to town. Man, it's like you're trying to get into a freaking prison right there. The security is up the wahoo in that one. Any plans to do a road trip, field trips for the special group who are regulars here on the Halos in the infield? Jim, I will have an answer to that very, very soon. We will have something in store for all of you guys that are like basically the guys and gals who have been here since day one and supported the Heedy Network, whether it's podcasts, whether it's been at games, whether it's been buying merch. We know who you are, and that will be something that we're going to do. We're going to take good care of everybody this year. Like, again, I challenge any one of you to find a podcast or an Angels page that gives away swag at the amount and the rate that we did the last 2 seasons. I mean, we had it, we unleashed a lot of free jerseys. We had, and we're probably going to bring back the bingo game from last year too. A chance to win the jersey of your choice, a custom jersey. Come on, how cool is that? So we got all kinds of stuff to announce here. I know I'm giving a few little, spoilers, but there's a lot to come, and it's going to be a fun season. And we've been trying to have a fun season watching the team and also interacting all together as a Halo family. And I think this is finally the year it happens in year 3. First 2 years are like the first 2 years of marriage. It was rough. Sometimes we were sleeping on the bed. We forced them to sleep on the couch and vice versa. But now we're trying to sleep in the same bed and actually have some fucking chemistry and try to play with the honks and then have a good time together. And that's hopefully it works on the field and on TV and then also as a Halo fan. Grillmaster says, Courtney straight up with everything, including calling everyone out. Jim says nice barbecue in Arlington would be nice. Nice seafood in Seattle. Yes, Jim, that would be amazing to have rent a bus. That'd be great. I'd love to see the Angels keep up with the trash throws this season. You know what would be good is if we can get a road trip to the Padres and try to get a lot of people to the Padres stadium. But I think we're going to do something more at the stadium this year. Rye says Angels fans have been supporting Ohtani through the good times and bad times. If Ohtani signs with another team, fair weather fans will give him shit. Yes, they will. They will totally forget all the goodwill that he's always had. He's always played here with a smile. Ipe's always been great. So it's going to be very painful if he walks. I ain't going to even lie. It's going to be painful, and I just hope it doesn't come to that. F. Leaf, he is our rival, Dylan says. Randy says that's what you get for thinking Leaf is a punk-ass enemy. We shouldn't entertain those losers. Nick says 100%. Is Mike Hunt going to be at the tailgate? Well, I think Mike Crotch will. I don't know about Mike Hunt, or Mike Hunt. But Mike Crotch might be there. Also Seymour Butts. There's quite a few that will be in attendance. Grillmaster says, unfortunately, I won't be able to make my videos till May. Semester too busy. Okay. The announcement is going to be huge. Exactly. San Diego Amtrak. There's a way we can get down there. Just subscribe. Thank you, Infinite One. Mama Luigi says the Dodgers always seem to attract the worst people. There's a reason why Dodger Stadium parking lot is famous. Yeah, it's got a lot of tombstones in it, unfortunately. And it's a wild place to go. If you've never gone, I would suggest you go, but you bring a bulletproof vest and you stand at least 6 feet away from each other, non-COVID. And that's not COVID. That's just 6 feet is just good enough to not get accidentally stabbed or jabbed or shot, or your wallet stolen. There's a reason why you drive through the Dodgers Stadium and you see so many off-duty police officers or police officers who are making overtime by being extra security, because they don't have security guards that are elderly like the Angels do. They have big Brutus-like security guards, but they're still, Dodger fans get that the courage of the alcohol, and they really, really don't care that those people dwarf them, and they'll still challenge and get into fights right in front of those set security guards. You can thank me for the bingo reemergence. Yes, I was going to scrap that, and Randy said, no, we need to bring that back. That was pretty popular. So, yes, haven't looked at the schedule. Are we away against the Padres? I think we are. And Petco is, to me, and I've been criticized for saying it, I loved that park. I think it's the prettiest in all of California. Some people say it's San Francisco. I like San Diego. Robert says, missed the honeymoon stage. Exactly. I think Grillmaster reached first base this offseason. Oh, wow. Here we go. Helicopter Dick. Let's see. Barbecues are big in Texas and good. Art says, dream scenario for 2024 would be possible BS to make the playoffs this season. Ohtani gets extended and team's value skyrockets, and Artie sells the team. He would only sell at this point unless two things happen. And I don't wish death on anybody, so it's not a death wish. But if he passes away, the team goes to whoever. I don't even know who it goes to, and because I don't even know if he has kids, dude. I haven't never heard of him having kids. Just his wife. I've always saw him around. And then as far as him selling the team would be only if the Angels were to win the World Series. I could totally see him dumping him right after. Let's see. Mike Roch. Yeah, there you go. I was there today. Thomas, light that baby up. Thank you so much. No road trip to Chavez Ravine. Martin says we need someone to bless our season like a good reverend. If only we knew a reverend. Let's see. Well, Grillmaster I don't think is ordained. Let's see. Also, Nick says, laugh my ass off. I've been to almost caught drinking in the Dodgers parking lot. Now, see, they don't allow anything at Dodgers parking lot. Even if you were to take a hit off of one of those vape machines, not even weed. I don't even think they got it. They let you do that. They're very strict over there. They really don't want lawsuits. Dylan says, on Ohtani, we got a lot of bandwagon fans, obviously, that love him. The stadium will be low if he leaves as far as attendance, and I totally agree. Thomas says, I got into it with a Dodgers fan. I think, Thomas, we all have, so I feel your pain. Today in Wyoming, a man totally covered in brown wrapping paper was arrested for rustling. Oh, jeez, here we go. Robert says, I'm going to ban you, Matt. Let's see. Robert says, Petco is nice. You can get food and drink before the game. Yes, and you're right next to the freaking, what's that called again? The Gas Lamp District down there. It's really nice. A lot of good bars. Diego says the Angels win. Hell yeah, Diego. Let's see. Also, Griffin Canning is made of glass. Always something physically wrong with him. You might be right. Randy says we need to add Rob to the group chat. Big Todd, welcome to the crew, brother. Thank you. So also we got together this off season. Mateo has a girlfriend. Congratulations. Jim says Papa Fox is good enough to be ordained. Oh, thank you. I just need that little white patch right here. Let's see. Art says Artie's son is Steve Ballmer. He will receive the team if Artie hangs his cleats up. Boy, I wish. Mama Luigi says it's interesting that Artie Moreno, the man who made the money off the billboard sales, bought a baseball team in the county where billboards were banned. Isn't that the biggest, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that would be what is it called? It's ironic. Isn't it ironic? I don't know why I was but I was stuck on that one. But yeah, I mean, look, and then the fact of the matter is he bought that team for less than $200 million, and that's more than he's paid for Pujols and a slew of other players that haven't come through, and now it's worth billions. It's crazy. If only Disney had waited a little longer, they would have reaped the inheritance of all those TV contracts that came through. That's what got Artie paid. All those TV contracts, international money, merchandising, that's what got this franchise where it's at and got most of the franchises where it's at. Squiddy Poo ordained, no, he's not. Hooker Haven, Gaslamp District. What was the score in tonight's game? 12-5. Let's see. Spring training champs. Thomas Montoya. Oh, it's 13-5. 13-5. Grillmaster. I thought it was 12-5. So we're caught up on everything tonight, and I feel like we were like this with the Dodgers tonight. We were kind of toying with them.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Yeah, we sure did. We got him tonight. And all I got to say now, moving into the 20, I'm loving playing with a soundboard, by the way, but going into the regular season, I'm like Shia LaBeouf. This is my freaking emotional conversation or pep talk before they hit the field in Oakland.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
See? You just start breaking shit and saying, just do it! Just win the division. Just get to the playoffs. Do it. Stay healthy. That's my motivation for this year, because I sure as hell don't want to hear this speech that we've heard too many times, especially last year.
One more loss, which could have been a win. You call yourselves professionals. I have never, ever seen a worse group of 25 players. You don't think as a team. You don't play as a team. You don't even lose as a team. You all got your heads so far up your butts, you can't even see the light of day. One more loss and I'll do this. Each and every one of you. I want you here in uniform at 9 tomorrow. We're going back to work on fundamentals.
Fundamentals? In the middle of the season?
I thought the game started at 1.
It does start at 1, and you're a jackass.
No, I'm a pitcher. You can be a pitcher and a jackass.
See, it's very common.
And go figure, that was about the Angels. But, yeah, it was a great Danny Glover. And you know how many times we played that last year? I don't want to play that once this year. I want to be in a good mood all year and talking Angels baseball and having a good time and giving things away and going to games, meet and greets, the whole 9 yards, even a couple remotes. I don't want to be in that angry self of Todd Fox just being pissed off on these post games. Because, again, preseason's preseason. So you didn't get my full emotion, and Randy will go by that as well. No more buttercups, right, Mateo? Good point. I mean, we played the Buttercup song so many times a couple of years ago because the Buttercup was because we blew so many games. Last year was just we couldn't hit. Just could not hit. Couldn't find water in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean or Pacific, whatever ocean side of the Americas you're on. But with that being said, we're going to wrap it up here tonight. No phone calls tonight. We'll start fresh on Thursday. I got everything going. It looks like it's going to be a great season. Once more, check out the podcast. Give us a 5-star wherever you listen to it. It's really good. We have a lot of good content. Randy's on there. Rob's on there. I'm on there. Courtney's on there. Fernando's on there. We got James. And we got Dominique. And we got a lot of people that are very passionate about the Angels. And if you haven't heard them yet, you'll get to know them via the podcast. Or if you're not a listening type dude or woman, go to freaking YouTube and watch us. We're on there too. Everything you can if you miss a live of postgame or a freaking pregame show that James does, it all goes over to YouTube on live video feed. So you can just click the live on YouTube, and if you're subscribed, you can check out everything that we posted during the day. And then as far as the podcast, most of the podcasts go up there. We have interviews with former players, broadcasters, and players on their way up. So there we go. Appreciate all the love from all of you. And we're going to have a fun season. I'm predicting it. So enjoy that day off tomorrow. And let's get set for some 2023 Angels baseball. And I'm going to count down them 93 wins, each win we get. So there you go. Let's have a good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you Thursday night, hopefully after a Shohei Ohtani dominating performance against